from me realizing that there is a greater me on the inside of me. The phrase, there's a greater you on the inside of you, means being above normal, understanding your worth, and being confident in knowing who you are. But the first person who has to realize that there's a greater you on the inside of you is you. In life, we all go through stages of the good, the bad, and the ugly, which leads us to our purpose and promise. UTCM is a platform where you get to share your story and your truth of unmasking moments that allows you to embrace all stages in your life. UTCM looks forward to many people being able to unmask, uncover, and unveil themselves on the podcast. Thank you for watching and joining us. Hey, everybody. Hey. What's up? Okay, so I'm a little thrown off because, I told y'all I'll be doing background too as well. So it's giving me a pop-up message that I don't really know what to do about. So I'm just gonna remove it. Remove, because I don't know. You messing up my life. Okay, there we go. Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday. Another episode, solo dolo, by myself. Welcome to season 4, episode 14. Period. Let's go. Excited and nervous and all that good stuff. Right. I'm more excited though. To be on tonight. Let me just make sure I got all my stuff together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because maybe I need to hire a background person. Somebody that could, that can be in the backdrop for me. Jazz sister. Let's talk. Yeah, because I need help. And I'm not too afraid to say that I need help. Hey everybody. Welcome to another episode to UTCM. Before I get into the meat of my episode tonight, right? I want to just talk a little bit about the event that I have up and coming. I'm super excited about this event. I'm also super nervous too as well. I just have a couple of, feelings about the event. God is definitely teaching me to trust him through this process, even in the unseen. Right. So the event is up. It is a pop-up shop, right? Yes, a pop-up shop. So there will be, vendors there for small businesses that, have birthed businesses, right? There's going to be different vendors. By the way, I am still looking for vendors. I have a few more slots left open. So if you know of a vendor, if you are a vendor and you're interested in, being a part of this event, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I would love to have you in the building on September the 7th from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Right? So yes, so that is a part of the event, right? It is a pop-up shop, right? So we're going to have music. We have a food vendor. So you'll be able to eat, right? And enjoy, other shopping vendors too as well. It's just going to be a day of fun, right? Good vibes, positive energy. Big shout out to my DJ Spank. Let's go, my brother. I'm so excited to have him bring that positive vibe with that music, right? Y'all know what I said. Music does something to my soul. I love music. But right, the second half to that, I want to bring more awareness, right, of just about UTCM and kind of be able to allow people to have that live in person experience. For 4 seasons, for 4 years, I've been behind the camera, on the camera, going live, but now I want to do it upfront and personal, right? And I feel like what better way to do that with having, like I said, other people to support me while us being in the room together. So that is an addition to the event, right? So if you come to the pop-up shop, right, and you support the vendors and all that good stuff, right, and enjoy yourself, you'll also be able to experience the live in person Unmasking the Covered Me podcast in person, right? That's just like super dope to me, right? I have a great lineup of guests that will also, be with me too as well. So just like I have guests on the camera, now this is going to be upfront and personal, right? So I feel like, and then also, what better other way to do this is in my birthday month, right? So it's not on my birthday, but it is the week before my birthday. So it's a celebrate too. Okay, it's just a whole celebration, right? A celebration of life, a celebration of growth, a celebration of continuing to grow and learn and all that good stuff. Networking, right? It's just going to be a great day, right? So I need everybody to mark your calendar. I have been posting about it. I will also drop the link too as well because I created an Eventbrite link, right? And also, it is free. Say free. Free. Admission is free. We just need you to come to the room. Come in the room, enjoy the vendors, do some shopping. You know what I'm saying? Positive vibes. So like, come on, y'all. Come on out. Show your girl some birthday love too. Show your vendors some support and love. And yeah, and let's, see UTCM live and in person, right? And this won't be the first time, but come on, let's go. Yeah, so it's gonna be a super dope event. I am, again, like I said, I'm excited. And all I know is, I'm just gonna keep going forward, even in the unknown, and the not knowing it all, right? All the details of it all. All I continue to do is just continue to put one foot in front of the other. It has not been easy, by far, but listen, I'm in the room. I'm showing up. How about you? And you, all you, right? Come on. I got a whole bunch of friends on Facebook, whole bunch of friends on Instagram. Everybody has been talking about how great, UTCM has been to them and how much of an impact it has had. So come on, y'all, show UTCM some support and love. So I need y'all, right? As soon as this episode is over, I'm gonna need you to click the link. Like I got the link right there. No, I don't. But I'm gonna need you to click that link in the comment section, okay? Because I'm gonna put it in there, and I want to see those tickets coming through. That we in the room now. We coming. UTCM. We out here. Let's go. All right. So come on, y'all. Let's go. Purchase your free admission ticket. Okay. All right. Now I didn't say you wasn't gonna spend no money on that day. But to get into the room, it's free. It's free. So come on out and just enjoy, right? So in the link, the flyers are there, all the details, all the information, everything you need, address, time, all that stuff is in the link, right? So just make sure you click the link and get your ticket. I want to see them come through. Okay? All week. I want to see them keep coming through. Because y'all gonna be in the room, right? Because it's a celebrate. We about to celebrate, right? Okay. So I got that out the way. Hey, everybody that's coming on too as well. I told y'all I'm this backstage person, right? Hey, Kira, Jazz, my mom, Desi, what's good, everybody? Thank you for joining. Thank y'all for y'all support. For real, like it's been real. It really has been a journey. And I guess that's a good segue, right? When I talk about journey. So this morning, as I was preparing for the episode, like sometimes I always, let me be really, really transparent, right? Like sometimes I try to like make sure that I have everything in order. So the solo episodes are a little uncomfortable for me, right? Because for Naisha, in my head, everything, again, I think I mentioned this before. I mention this a lot all the time, but everything needs to be like in order, right? And I need to know what's going on, what I'm doing, and all that stuff. But yeah, that hasn't been the story for my solo episodes. No. For my guest episodes, yes, right? Because I already pretty much have a process in place, right? So I pretty much know who my guest is. I know, I send them out the questionnaire, so I'm able to review their questionnaire and kind of, right? But this is all about me, right? Which I'm learning about Naisha still, even in this unmasking journey, right? And that's why I feel like my title is so befitting, which is I am in recovery, right? And now, mind you, like I've never been addicted to drugs or addicted to alcohol, or anything like that. However, I have had family members, right, that have had addictions. And this morning, I think I had mentioned, and I posted, my aunt has passed away a few months ago. My aunt Marcia, may she continue to rest in heavenly peace. She was definitely a big part of my life, and I definitely miss her. And I was just thinking about her as I was preparing for this podcast episode, and just in her journey and being in recovery. Right. And I remember it actually brought me back to a moment when I actually went to, like, she had it was like one of her milestone moments. So I went to an NA meeting with her, right? And um it was really rewarding, right? Just to see that she was so unapologetic about her recovery. She was so honest. She was so willing to be open about, her journey. Um, and it was something that I desired to do, like to be honest about, maybe how I was feeling or whatever the case may be, but that just wasn't the season that I was in, right? Like I was really wearing a mask, just to be honest with you, right? So, like I said, this episode, being in recovery, right? Understanding that it's okay to be in recovery. For me, right, when I think of, so I had to, so okay, let me take it back. Right. So when I say I'm in recovery, right, for me in my head, I'm like, all right, Naisha, you done wrote the book, right? You done had a podcast for 4 years. You've been in therapy, in and out of therapy for like 2.5 years, right? You have a mentor, you have good counsel, right? Leadership. You have a spiritual father, you have a spiritual mother, right? Like you have all these different things, right? But sometimes, right? And again, I'm not comparing myself to an addict because I never was an addict before, but at the end of the day, we all still go through stuff, right? And understanding addiction, because I come from a family of addiction, that sometimes you can relapse, right? And I feel like, just to be completely transparent, with me unmasking, I I think I kind of relapsed, right? Like, because I really, now that the mask is off, there's so many things that I really have to learn how to do, right? Like I have to learn how to continue to keep the mask off, right? I have to learn how to set those healthy boundaries, which has always, just keeping it real, it's been a challenge, right? With keeping those healthy boundaries, speaking up for myself, making sure that I'm loving me first and foremost, so then I can, and that I am able to love the others that who are around me. Advocate first and foremost for myself. So again, in return, again, I can then advocate for those who are around me, right? And really just not pouring from an empty cup, right? So that's why I said that this episode was I am in recovery, because I am. And I think that I'm okay with that. No, I am. I'm okay with being in recovery, right? And it's one thing that I kept remembering. I don't remember, exactly what my aunt has said, at this NA meeting. But what I did hear was, they state their name. So I am, your name, and I am a recovering blank, right? So I just equated that to, my name is Naisha and I am recovering from wearing a mask, right? I've just been a professional mask wearer. And I didn't even realize that I started to kind of put it back on a little bit lately. And today it was just like, yeah, Naisha, nope, it's back to stage one. And even understanding, even in recovery, like it's okay to start over, right? You just got to be willing to start over. And I'm willing to start over, even though it's not a complete start over, because I still have been doing the work, but there's been some bumps and some humps that, you know what I'm saying, that I kind of have not really necessarily been honest with myself. Right. So I just wanted to, because y'all know I'm a big definition girl, right? So of course, I Googled what the definition of recovery was, and it says a return to a normal state of health, mind, or strength, right? And it kept reminding me even of my 2020 couch moment, right? When my health was not in the best of shape, when my mind wasn't in the best of the shape, and I really just had no more strength. Like I really felt like I kind of in 2020, like I kind of hit my rock bottom. Like it was like, all right, like my body said to my body said, self, I can't take no more. I can't take no more. Like I can't. So I tap out. Since you don't want to do it, I'm a show you better than I could tell you. And my body showed me better than it could tell me. Right. So I'm just like, I'm continuing to be reminded of Naisha. Like, come on, tap into that strength. Tap into, you know what I'm saying? Like your mind, being honest with yourself. Right. And make sure that, yes, you can take care of everybody else around you, but you got to take care of you. Because if you don't take care of you, then you can't take care of anybody else around you. Right. So that's why I said I'm in recovery, right? Because now the mask is off. And yes, it's been since 2020, was it 2020, 2022 that my book was released, right? But now I think it's fine. The dots are connecting. I feel like, okay, the mask is off, right? And now you got to work towards keeping this mask off, right? Just like when you're in recovery, you got to work towards staying in recovery, like not relapsing and going backwards, right? So now I'm just like, I'm trying to really kind of figure that out, right? And then just continuing to tap into all the things that I was doing, right? Like writing in my journal, making sure I'm reading at least my scripture for the day, right? Speaking to God, talking to God, praying, just really getting back to, I think I said the basics too before, right? But it was also, I came across some quotes, I guess, right? And I thought it was really, really good, right? So I'm going to read three of the quotes that I came across. So the first one says, though no one can go back and make a brand new start, anyone can start from now and make a brand new ending, right? I mean, that really spoke to me, right? Because it's like, yes, even though I feel like, okay, maybe I put back on a mask in certain areas, right? All right, Naisha, now that you acknowledge that, right? Now what do we do from here? What do? It doesn't mean that, okay, well, since I put back on the mask, I might as well just stay stuck in it. I might as well just keep the mask on. Like, nah. What we doing? We didn't come too far. I'm talking to me, y'all. I'm talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come too far now to decide that you gonna go back again. Nah. So today starts a brand new day. Every day that I wake up starts a brand new day. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't remember the scripture exactly, but right now that's what's coming to me. Like, creating me a clean heart. Like, God, every day creating me a clean heart. Like, because every day starts a new day for me to begin, you know what I'm saying, this journey, for me to be able to put one foot in front of the other. I don't know. I'm feeling like a little emotional when I say like put one foot in front of the other, right? Because it's really, y'all, it's been hard. It's been hard, and I understand that recovery is hard. It's not easy. It's uncomfortable. It can get ugly, right? It can make you want to throw in a towel. But when you really start to look back and think back, like, oh God, you've been here for me the whole time. You never gave up on me. So why should I give up on myself? Like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to choose to live. I'm going to choose me, and I'm going to love me in all my flaws and all. But I'm going to keep pressing forward. I'm going to keep pressing forward to the mark, because I know I can. I know I can. And of course, I don't have no tissues tonight. Where my tissues go? I usually have tissues, y'all, but I don't know where my tissues at. But it's all good. Whatever. Just let the tears rip. Um, yeah, that it, because I always say, you know, anytime, especially like my sister circle, you know, anybody that I'm in a relationship with, I always tell them, you know, you only could do what you could do. Just continue to put one foot in front of the other, right? And I know I always have a good word for everybody else, but I never have that word or receive that word for myself. So I had to tell myself, Naisha, it's a new day. It's a new day. Come on, get up. Put one foot in front of the other. Like, you got this. Don't give up on yourself. Yes, yesterday you put back on the mask, but today is a new day. So get up. Let's go. You got it. You got this. So that's what I continue to keep saying to myself, even with this whole event thing, with being very transparent, right? Like, for me, it just is not really all like lining up how I think it should line up. But God is like, you got to let me work. You got to you say that you trust me, but your actions don't show it. So I need you to either move out the way, or I'm going to sit you down. So I'm choosing to move out the way. And I'm just continue to put one foot in front of the other. So I'm posting, I'm reaching out to people, you know, I'm just doing what's necessary, because I know that this is something that God is giving me permission to birth, for real. For real. The next one is addiction denied is recovery delayed, right? And addiction doesn't have to be, and I know for me, so again, I'm speaking for me, you know, especially like being younger, I will always equate addiction to drug abuse, or or drinking alcohol, right? Like, no, there's so many different levels of addiction. There's so many things that you can be addicted to, right? And for me, it was wearing a mask. I was addicted to wearing a mask. It became a part of my normal. It became a part of my personality. Like, I was a professional mask wearer. Like, for real, for real. So I don't equate, addiction just being just those things anymore. There's something that we all could be addicted to, right? And we have to say, my name is blank, and I'm in recovery for blank, right? Like, what are you in recovery for? Like, what do you need to speak to, right? That's getting you to your best you. Because that's what it all is about, right? Is you getting to the best you, the best version that you need to be for you. The next one was recovery is about progress, not perfection. That one right there, because for me, I want everything to be perfect. I want to even be perfect, but I'm perfectly imperfect. I've learned that on this journey that I'm going to always have a flaw. I'm going to always fall short, right? Sometimes not even intentionally, right? But the best part is that even acknowledging that I can still get up, that I can still do better than I did the first day, right? And even being okay with yesterday wasn't a perfect day, and that's okay. But today is a new day, so I'm gonna start all over. And I may not even be perfect today. I'm not gonna be perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. Nobody is perfect. That's what I tell my kids all the time. You know, my oldest son, he was talking to me about 2 weeks ago, and he was just like, Mom, like you really strong. You got it. You really strong. And I said, let me tell you something. I said, don't put that expectation on me, because I'm flawed. Right? Yes, there are moments where, you know what I'm saying, I'm strong. And then he even said to me, he was like, no, Ma, I understand. He was like, sometimes, you'll be going through something, and then, you'll have your moment, but then that next day, you back to, you smiling. And I said, yeah, and sometimes that could be good and sometimes that could be bad, right? Because it could be that I'm not really dealing with, you know what I'm saying, the things that I need to be dealing with. I swept it under the rug to just keep it moving, right? So I wanted him to understand that, you know what I'm saying, like nobody is perfect. We all gonna make mistakes. I make mistakes. I've have not done everything right. I don't know everything. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still evolving, right? So I didn't want him to receive, and have this misconception of, you know what I'm saying, me being strong, right? Or, you know what I'm saying, or him seeing me in one moment and then in the next moment I'm okay, that, you know what I'm saying, like I'm perfect, because I'm far from perfect. I'm far from perfect, but it was a good conversation that we had. Like it was a good dialogue. Like it just opened up, you know what I'm saying, both of our eyes too as well. And that was a huge, I feel like a huge part of, why I used to wear a mask too as well, because everybody would and I guess not just everybody, but like my mom, right? Like I was always looking for like that validation. And if I did get that validation, it was like, okay, that's how I knew that I was doing a good job. Right. So then I always felt like I had to meet this expectation of being perfect, when that was just a disservice for me. Like, because you're not perfect. Right. But yeah. So so the above quotes, right, they remind you that there is hope, right? There's hope. There is a sense of joy. There's a sense of peace. There's a sense of being able to laugh, being able to live, um, being able to be free of what has held you back, you know what I'm saying, for so long, right? So I want, y'all to really ask yourselves, right, what are you in recovery from, right? And you sit with yourself with that, like for real, like sit with yourself. Now y'all know, hey everybody, I see everybody joining, right? So y'all know I wrote a book, right? On my flyer, I just thought it was the cutest thing. I had added the flyer that I posted for this episode. I had added, she's an author too, New York Times bestseller. I was like, come on, Aisha, you better manifest, okay? Right. Yeah. So I said it. I put it out there. Right. Yeah. So I'm super proud of myself. That just reminded me of a poem that Della from my church, she wrote for me, and I'm gonna share that poem, but not tonight. But I'm gonna share that poem because it was very touching. And it was, it was she had me in tears. She did. So big shout out to Della. Thank you so much for that poem, and thank you for thinking of me. Thank you for supporting me. It touched me. It really, really did. So yes, thank you. All right. So yeah, your girl wrote a book, period. So as I was thinking about this episode too, as well, like I said, preparing for the episode, I kept hearing, yeah, I know I'm big on hashtags. So I kept hearing the hashtag, I choose me. And then I'm like, wait, Naisha, I remember you writing that in your book. I remember, writing that hashtag I choose me. And I'm like, I need to go back. I need to go back to the book, right? And I haven't really opened my book in a minute. I used to always thumb through it, read certain parts of it. But I really haven't been doing that. But God brought it back to my remembrance this morning, right? That I wrote that hashtag. So I guess I wanted to just read a little bit of the section where I wrote that about, which is the Beauty for Ashes section. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I just want to read the last paragraph of that section. So again, this is the section is called Beauty for Ashes, and it says, life hurts, it's hard as hell, it's dark, and it leaves its mark like ashes of grief. But understand that God has been in the midst of it all. You have to believe that there is beauty, healing, and greatness behind every mark of dark sadness. So those ashes that you have burned, those present and past hurts will fall away. They can't and won't stay forever. His greatness and glory will shine in and through you forever. Every broken place will be mended, and for every flaw that you have struggled with, you will find peace and healing. Just know that there is still beauty for all those ashes. And then the hashtags that I put is I choose to live, I choose me, and I love me. Right? So I want y'all to drop in. Let me see y'all. Let me see if y'all with me. Drop the hashtags I choose to live, I choose me, I love me. You don't have to do all of them, but maybe choose the one that kind of speaks to you, right? So again, I choose to live, hashtag I choose to live, hashtag I choose me, hashtag I love me, right? Which one kind of pops out to you? And then, I mean, if all three does, then hey, because I know for me they did, right? And choosing me can be hard. Choosing me can be challenging, right? Even choosing to live too as well. Right. I work in behavioral health. And it's very sad. It's very sad how many I really had no idea, especially our younger generation. It's so sad. Like how they feel like there's really no life to live. They don't really have purpose. I'm here, I'm not living. I'm kind of just existing. And the people that, that experience grief and hurt and pain, and just really just don't know what to really do with it, right? Besides end up, in an inpatient unit, trying to work through it. And, you got some people that want to work through it, and you got some people that is just, they gave up, so I don't want to give up. I do want to continue to keep going. I do want to continue to love me first and foremost. I do want to continue to live. Like, I want it all. I want to continue to do it all. Right? I don't. So I'm in recovery, y'all. I'm going to keep saying it. My name is Naisha Bridges, and I am recovering from wearing a mask. I'm in recovery, y'all. And I'm okay to say it. I'm okay to say it. I really am. I really am. I'm just looking at my book. I'm just so proud of my book. So I got some other stuff in the works too as well. So hi, y'all, keep your girl in prayer. Keep your girl in prayer. Yeah. It's been a journey. It really has been a journey. But I know I'm worth it because I'm uniquely me. That's it. I'm worth it all because I am uniquely me. Right. God only made one Naisha. This Naisha. You know what I mean? That, you know, there's other Naishas in the world, but this one is unique. And I'm learning that, you know, so yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited about the journey. I'm excited because, and I guess I'm proud of myself because I keep going. I keep going even in the hard times. Like sometimes I'll get like little reminders. Like yesterday, after I had orientation for baby Steve for 8th grade, and outside of his school were sunflowers. Now, mind you, when I walked into the school, didn't pay him no attention. When I walked out of the gate, I really didn't pay any attention either. And I was just sitting there and I was waiting because Steve was talking to Big Steve was talking to one of the teachers, and I was just waiting and I was just waiting, but I was waiting and thinking, whoo, child, this brain needs to turn off sometimes, honey. And I was just thinking, and I just turned to my left and I saw the sunflowers, and they were kind of like just blowing in the air. And I felt like it was just such a reminder for me, right, that even in the hard time, even in the hard times, even in the dark times, even in the unknown, um, there's still, you still bring sunshine to the room. You still bring sunshine wherever you are, right? So just keep going, right? And sunflowers are my favorite flowers, right? Because they it's what is it? They represent long life, adoration. I think it was one more. I can't remember what the other one is right now. I got a brain for it. Like, but right, it's the long life though for me, right? That a sunflower brings, right? So that means like Naisha, come on, you can't give up on yourself. Like, absolutely not. So as my pastor Lavelle says, I am unapologetically me. Okay? So be unapologetic about your journey. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be unapologetic about my journey. Oh, nice. My son is on. Hey, everybody. Usually, yeah, I see some new face. I see some new names tonight. So I thank y'all for y'all support. I thank y'all for tuning in, tapping in, right? Because you don't have to be here. You don't have to, you don't have to show up. You know what I'm saying? On you know, when I send you out the message or when I post or you get reminded, right? Like you could be doing anything else, but you decide to kind of tap in with me. And I really appreciate that. I really, really do. I really, even though I've done a lot of the work, but it's also my community, you know, the support too, the way that I'm able to lean onto others, like even with having conversations sometimes, right? Like sometimes, you know, you could really be in the thick of things. You could be, you know, even probably even having a bad day. And then you have that encounter, you have that conversation, you know, with somebody that kind of helps you work through what you're going through, but you're speaking to that person, not knowing that you're also speaking to yourself, right? It's been so many countless, like I can't even count on my hand anymore of how many conversations that I have been able to have with people and be able to work through, you know, my emotions and what I'm going through and what I've been through, and right, and just having those connections, those human connections, which is so necessary. So that's why you know, anybody could say, you know, oh, I'm better off by myself. Like, nah, You need a circle. You need a community is good, right? And I'm not saying you got to go and spill the beans to everybody, right? But begin to have open dialogue. You know what I'm saying? And just be honest, right? My spiritual father, we had a summer revival, and the first night was talking about the house of honesty, right? And really just being honest about your journey and about your walk and about your life, because at the end of the day, you don't have nothing to prove to nobody. You don't owe anybody anything. You owe everything to yourself to be a better version of you, to um to know who you are, right? To be reminded of who you are. Like, just be honest with yourself. You know what I'm saying? So if you feeling something, like, be honest about those emotions, because no emotion is a sin, as Dr. Anita says. Anita Phillips. That's my girl. She my therapist. She don't even know it, but shout out to Dr. Anita Phillips. She has definitely, watching her sermons, and I had started reading her book, but I ended up gifting her book to somebody else. But she is an amazing woman when it comes to trauma, right? And I really wanted to begin to really work through my trauma. And, and one of the things that she really talks about is, no emotion being a sin, right? You have to allow yourself to feel emotions, be honest about your emotions, right? So you can then work through them. That's the only way this thing works. If you allow yourself to feel, you gotta feel, right? And I know for a season I was numb. I ain't feel nothing, because I didn't want to feel. It was too uncomfortable to feel, right? And then in my head, I remember also writing in my book. Can't remember exactly word for word what I said, but I talked about how, I always I will go back and forth with feeling emotions, right? I always thought that, well, I minister and dance, and I listen to sermons, and I sing songs of worship and honoring God and all that stuff. But then here I go, I'm not feeling what I'm really singing. I'm not feeling what I'm really dancing to, right? So then, am I really being honest? Am I really being, real? So for me, it was like, no, you're not supposed to do that. Like, so I always would suppress my emotions and suppress my feelings, right? Because I'm like, then that's not God. But that's not true. I was actually doing more harm, and I was being more disrespectful to God by not being honest, not even realizing that here I go, think I'm doing. My God, I'm having a whole revelation to myself. Here I go thinking I'm doing the right thing, and I'm doing the complete opposite. The complete opposite of what he really wanted me to do. He really wanted me to just to be honest. And this is why he allowed me to birth Unmasking the Cover Me, because I could really speak to it. Living it. Unmasking the Covered Me is me. For real. For real. So yeah, that's really all I got, y'all. This journey, it's a journey, for real. But as long as, again, I'm gonna keep saying it, as long as we're willing to put one foot in front of the other and do the work, and get you a therapist. I think I'm gonna say that every episode. I'm saying it for the people in the back. Get you a therapist. Okay? Like, let's be done with the days of, don't nobody know me better than me. That's the problem. That's the problem. You think you know yourself, but you really have no idea. I know that was for me. I had no idea who Naisha was. And I'm still learning who Naisha is, even after the mask being off. Now it's at a whole nother level now. Because now I have to really learn who I am, that I'm in recovery, from being this permanent mask wearer. But now, who am I really called to be? right? What am I working towards? What is my purpose? What am I doing? What boundaries am I setting? Yeah. Who's holding me accountable? That's a big one, right? That's why you need a tight circle. Your accountability circle, that gotta be a little tight. Like it gotta be like intertwined and knitted together, right? Because you can't trust everybody with your heart, right? You can't trust everybody with all your stuff, right? But you got to have that. You have to have somebody. My spiritual father always says, you got to have somebody that's not intimidated by you, that's not impressed by, you know what I'm saying, what you do, right? Like, and I wholeheartedly believe that is a thing. Like it really is. Like you have to have somebody, but then also being open and receptive to the accountability, right? Sometimes it's not always an easy pill, right? For you to receive it. But sometimes when you're learning and you're growing, right, you take it in, you listen, right, and then see, okay, how do I work towards this? What do I need to do now? You know what I'm saying? Once you receive it, but you definitely need, you know what I'm saying, that accountability circle, right? That therapist is key too, as well, to get you, to teach you therapeutically how to deal with, you know what I'm saying, hurts, pains, traumas, all that stuff. I'm still working through stuff, y'all. I ain't sitting here, on this screen and in front of you as if I got it all together, because I don't. I just don't. I don't. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay that I'm still learning and I'm still growing. And I'm still even learning how to set, you know what I'm saying, those boundaries for myself, right? Because again, I got to choose me. I love me. I choose me. I love me and I choose me. So I got to go back and look at all y'all comments. Everybody is commenting. Yeah, I love y'all. I really, really do. And I appreciate all y'all. Y'all see my hair is just growing. Sorry. Come back, Naisha. Because me and my hair, we've been going. Even my hair is unmasking. It's taking me through it too, but it's looking pretty good on the screen. So yeah. But all right. Get back, Naisha. Yeah. I love y'all. I really, really do. So y'all continue to be safe, right? We already know, I don't even want to say it, right? COVID is here, right? It's not going anywhere at all, right? But let's just continue to be safe. Let's continue to be smart, right? That's a whole nother episode that I need to talk about. Like, I need people to stop wearing gloves while you're out and you're touching everything. Just passing it along, even to yourself, right? So let's be smart. Yes, use wisdom. You can wear your mask, right? That is hands down. But gloves are for temporary use. They are not for you to be using in the supermarket, because all you're doing is just passing germs all over the place. So please, let's be safe. Let's care about all of our loved ones, our elderly people, our children, our kids. Let's be smart. Let's use wisdom. Okay. All right. I just felt like my sister Erica. Shout out to Erica Nicole. She always got something smart to say. I just felt that was an Erica moment. It really, really was. But nevertheless, I love y'all. I really, really do. All right. So on that note, I'm out. Good night. Love y'all.